So welcome to another edition of the Future of Luxury podcast. And today it's my great pleasure to introduce Niccolò Ricci to us. And as you can see, we are not in the studio today, but we are in a wonderful location. It's the Ta Prohm Temple in Cambodia, where the Stefano Ricci team is producing the campaign and the kind of look for the latest collection. So Niccolò, welcome to.
Thank you. Great to have you with us. This amazing trip.
Yeah, thank you. And Niccolò, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am based in Florence. I'm 47 years old, and I'm the CEO of Stefano Ricci company, which is my family brand. It was started by my parents in 1972. They were very young. My mom, she was 18. My father was 19, and they came along through the world, opening stores through the years, presenting their collection, which just started with simple ties, and then they'll be adding categories like silk shirts, cotton shirts, leather goods, and it's been a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my brother, we are very proud to still with them because they're present, like to continue our mission. Let's say this is our mission today.
Yeah, wonderful. So, and then tell us a little bit about the Stefano Ricci brand. So what is the philosophy of the brand? And how would you describe the brand?
The philosophy, I think my father had the vision in the 70s, trying to provide to the consumer the best quality of raw materials combined with the best design.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's been loyal to that for all his career, in a sense that every time we added the category, we put the same attention to details like we did with our core business, which were ties.
Mm-hmm.
So we did not just add categories just to increase volume, but we add categories in order to provide something special to our final consumer.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been very rewarding because our clientele has been very loyal for many years, and they always give us the chance to provide them with something new.
Mm-hmm. And so here we are in Cambodia, and it is part of the Explorer project of Stefano Ricci, and I'm really fascinated by that. So tell us a little bit about the how the Explorer project came to life.
So this is the fifth chapter of a journey that brought us from Luxor in Egypt to the north land of Iceland, down to Galapagos, back north to Mongolia, and now here finally in Cambodia. We believe that today the most precious things and valuable things that we have is time, and time to explore the world is what is really we are suggesting and we are sharing with most of our friends and clients. Being able to visit these sites with a different eye. So the eyes of exploring.
Yeah,
I think most of our clientele can afford any kind of accommodation, but the fact that you go to the remote places of the world where you can really enjoy nature, combining with beautiful time for yourself, I think today is the best achievement you can have. Of course, during these journeys, we are showing through models our collection, which are not primary in the communication. It goes beyond what is the message of supporting wildlife, like we are doing in Galapagos with Charles Darwin Foundation, protecting the giant turtles, or the royal eagles in Mongolia.
Yeah. So
wherever we go, we try to give our little support on, when we talk about sustainability, of course, it becomes primary in every single company today.
Yeah. And I remember yesterday when I was talking with your brother a little bit, he said, that also your clients are explorers, and therefore this idea of the explorer really is like a connection between the clients and the brand.
It's really bonding because as been our vision, is their vision as well. So you can also see today's luxury, lots of people are moving their budgets into traveling and living the experience in remote places. And I think it's a great trend because it's helping our clients, their families, their kids to go abroad and try to live these places which are not the usual suspect, as we say, it's not the famous capital of the world, but remote areas where you can really enjoy your time with nature.
And I have to say now, this is for me today the third day here in Cambodia, and the temples that we have seen and the places that we have seen and the connection with history, but also with nature left a deep impression on me. So maybe tell us a little bit, how did you find this place, and what were like criteria to decide that Cambodia is the place to show your new collection?
I think, coming in places like this are breathtaking. Taking a look at these temples was the first time for me as well. We're exploring to the web, but we're exploring to our connection with the photographer that we're using, National Geographic photographer. We exchange ideas, and also through the friend Terry Garcia. We try to go in those places that can really leave an impact to you. And honestly, what I've saw in Galapagos, the experience we did with the eagle hunters, and in Mongolia, the Altai, the Gobi, and especially being there, the first light in the morning and the last light at night, when mainly most of the tourists are not even out. And, waking up 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and try to be inside at the first light. It's also magical because it lets you have the place all for yourself. So this is always what I enjoy. For example, living in Florence, I've been blessed because I grew up in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. But still, what I really enjoy, if I really one day by chance have to really wake up very, very early, walking in the squares of Florence and being the first one of being alone in a square, that's a real luxury. But you can enjoy as a special place just with one side.
Wonderful. This brings me to another question, because, for example, for me also, advising a lot of brands, travel is super critical and super important. And, every time I travel, even if it's just, sometimes being in a city for a day, you always observe things, you see how people are dressed and so on. Right. How important is travel for you and for the brand, and also maybe for the creative process?
Fundamental. I really highly recommend also to the creative team that helps my father and my brother to travel. So I support some of the trips to the capital of Asia, the capital of States or Middle East, just to understand. You have to live a little bit. Go to those shopping malls, go to those restaurants, go to those museums, and try to understand how fashion is changing. Of course, we always have to put our DNA in everything we design, but trends, you catch them when you live them. So it's always very important to travel and try to catch them ahead of time.
Wonderful. And this brings me to another question. When we were discussing a little bit earlier this morning, you mentioned that also, for your collections, there is different tastes in different places in the world. So maybe tell us a little bit about that and how this impacts the creative process.
Today we have 80 monobrand Stefano Ricci boutiques. And they spread from the States to Middle East, Europe, Southeast Asia, of course, and to China. Every country, of course, they follow trends, but they also have their DNA. And we need to be in the middle, because in some countries, people love silk shirts with big prints. Other countries, they don't. So, of course, accordingly to the store, we have to make a selection. One, of course, that it's technically present in every stores, but then we let the managers of every country try to have their specific selection in order to meet the local taste.
Super. And maybe let's it's not necessarily switching the topic, but something that I would be curious to understand is, and it's a question that I ask everyone that comes on this podcast, what does luxury mean for you? How would you define the term? Because, this is a term that many people define in many ways.
This term has been abused. So we try to, sometimes we try to step out of the word luxury. And for us, we've been using for years the excellency. Excellency, which is a step further, because I think when we talk aspirational luxury, then you get the concept of quality with the branding gets confused. I would say, first of all, luxury or excellency is quality. So let's start from there. You position quality as the most important things in your collection, and then you create everything around it. I would say also that the places where you can buy quality is extremely important. If you see some of our boutiques in the world, they're done with the finest briar wood, with beautiful either travertine or limestone floor. So also the environment where you want to do the shopping experience should meet the quality standards. And of course, a super service on behalf of our team. So that is for our excellency concept. The luxury that we were talking is like it's an amazing environment with a great service, and of course, unique, beautiful products that are made of the finest fabrics or materials in the world.
Yeah, I love the word excellence, because to me it really, means that you have to go completely out of the ordinary and aim for the extraordinary in everything that you do.
Our father, me and my brother, the main lesson that our father taught us is that guys, start where everybody else stops. So you get what is the best in the market at the moment, and from there you find a way to provide something better. Because at the end, our clients, they do have everything. They don't need another blazer.
Yeah.
They don't need another shirt, but they need emotions. So you get to find those fibers, those designs, those materials that maybe has not been presented yet, and that those clients, those people, they're extremely successful people, they really need to have once they see it. Surprise them, give them an emotion. So this is the basic of our business.
Yeah, I love also this idea, and I just want to re-emphasize this of a surprise. I remember, many years ago when I for my first book, when I tried to define luxury, one of the terms that came to my mind was luxury is almost the business of permanent surprise. You have to always kind of reinvent things and surprise the customers again.
This is why fashion industry, especially at our level, is extremely, first of all, the competition is super high. But then it's extremely difficult because you have to reinvent yourself every 6 months. And being a family-owned business by my parents, myself, and my brother, we have to compete with the strongest brand that today are on the market. Of course, I refer to the big French conglomerates, or all companies that make over $1 billion. And of course, to compete against these huge houses is extremely challenging for us. But these also give us the energy to come up also with something more and more exclusive and something more and more appealing to our customers.
Yeah, and I also assume that this allows you also, being a smaller brand in a way. To me, also one of the strengths is probably the strong connections that you have with your clients and with your top clients.
I have to be honest, I call them clients. Many of them I'm proud to say that are friends today, because we had the chance to spend time with them. And it's always very inspiring, because I would say the majority of them are all self-made today millionaire or say multimillionaires or billionaires that there is always something to learn about these people.
Yeah. Because
honestly, most of them start from nothing, and today they create an empire. It's always inspiring to hear their story and to share our vision and our vision with them, because they always tell you and give you those hints, those tips that can help you to improve in your collection, sometimes even in life, because they can give you also financial advice. You never know, because our clients, being self-made people, are always very successful, and it's I like to spend time with them, and I can say I'm proud to be friends with good numbers of them.
Yeah, oh, wonderful. And so we discussed now about luxury being, let's say, about the extraordinary, about surprises, and maybe even about, when I think about, you just use the name friends, it's basically also this human connection and the human interface that is there. So if you think about, for example, the emotions that you want your clients to feel, so when they wear a Stefano Ricci suit or a tie or a shirt, what are kind of emotions that you want them to experience?
Well, the most important thing, when they wear things, they must feel good. I can imagine them in the morning wearing one of our shirts, wearing one of our suits, and say, it feels so good. Yeah, because this is our mission, is to make them happy, pleased on the way they look, but also on the way they feel. Yeah, because when you touch some of our suit with our exclusive fabric, it makes you feel really special. Yeah. This is why you say, it's like, it's not that I made it, but like I can afford and I can have in my closet something so unique. And of course, if it's a made-to-measure suit, to make them feel 100% proud of what they bought and the choice that they had towards the collection. Yeah.
Yeah, and for example, I yesterday evening when one of the models was wearing this unbelievably beautiful blue navy blue suit, I said, "Oh shit, this is a suit. I need to have that." So, and I was so impressed because even from a distance, the way how the cut was, the way how even the hue of blue that was there. And if you look at my suit collection, it's 70% navy blues, but I've never seen anything like.
Let's say the blue is the Stefano Ricci blue, as we like to call it. For us, tailoring is a very important part of the business. We do have 140 tailors working for us. And the combination of their art and this uniqueness of our exclusive fabrics that are made on our design and the quality that we request makes them really, really special. The tailoring, I think, is one of the most difficult art in clothing, in dressing in the men's wardrobe. And we are very proud that we have some of the most talented tailors in the world. Some of them been working for us for over 20 years, and it's an art. It's not. It can be geometry. You need to not just, but you need to understand the client, how they want to look, because everybody wants to be a little bit, the suit a little bit tighter, so wants a little bit loose. So you have to read when you measure them also the psychology of the person that you have in front that wants something special. And honestly, once you find the key of what they want, you have them for life. And this is our mission today, to get more and more clients that are willing to buy exclusive fabrics and to refresh their wardrobe with Stefano Ricci. Of course, the one that we have, they constantly repeat every season, ordering made-to-measure suits or jacket and pants, including shirts.
Then sustainability, I think, is also from our conversations one of the things that are very, very close to your heart, and also to have been always with your family. So tell me about a little bit sustainability and some things that you're doing on.
Sustainability is something it's extremely crucial in the luxury industry and the fashion business, as far as we could do in our production site, where we keep where we produce our shirts, our suits, our leather goods. Of course, as an energy impact, we put solar panels, we remove all the plastic bottles, we change all the lights with LED. So we try in whatever is like our 10,000 square meter to being able to have the minimum energy impact. And but the most important is our supply chain. So from who's dyeing the leathers, from who's dyeing the fabrics and finishing the fabric for us, we request a certified supply chain from everybody to be one of our supplier. We have inspectors that check who's providing us with the raw materials, and as much as we can, we try to support to give a support to the industry. But from my perspective, what is one of the most important part of sustainability is to create and provide to the future generation the heritage of our know-how. So we do an internal schools, they're either tailors, shirt makers, either jewelry maker like diamond setters. We do have a lot of young people entering within the company, and of course it takes, let's say, 1.5 to 2 years before they're ready to create what we need. So it's an investment from our side, because I think we have a responsibility towards the future to continue our Florentine heritage of tailoring, of shirt making, tie making, leather goods, of course, is very important. And we also have in-house a silverware production of chisel and engravings that we are now about to look for another trainee, because have this gentleman been doing this for 40 years, and it's time to provide to the new generation how to continue this business, because otherwise within 10-15 years all this know-how will disappear.
That's wonderful. And this brings me to almost connected to this, as you just say, it's very important also to keep the heritage and take it to the next generation. And also in terms of your clients, if we think about your youngest clients, Generation Z, we have also a new generation coming in. So are there, let's say, or where do you perceive the differences between the previous generations and the new generations? Are they different in terms of their expectations? Are they different in terms of their taste? So where do you see the future going?
When I entered the business in 2001 for the family, of course, we have a customer base, which was older. I would say 50, 55 up. Today, it's changed a lot. We have a lot of people between 30 and 40, especially in countries like Southeast Asia, in China, in India.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see how many of them are the sons of our clients, which were looking at the father's wardrobe, trying to steal now and then a shirt or a tie or a suit. And the father said, no, this is Stefano Ricci. You can't touch it. This is my collection. And now they can afford it.
Yeah.
And there is also a big, I think, change in the world. While in the when I started in the beginning of 2000, a lot of CEOs were normally people over 60, 65. Today, the world has changed.
Yeah.
The new economy, you can see a lot of CEOs being in their 35s, 40s, and that's also helped them to have a higher budget to afford the most unique product. And this is how I think today we do have more people in a younger age.
Yeah, wonderful. And if maybe in this kind of new world where you have maybe younger customers, what does kind of success look like, or what are success factors now for a brand that has a more and more young clientele? Did you observe any changes from, let's say, 20 years ago to now?
From our side, we decided, first of all, luxury changed a lot. So the high-end production and high-end collection, they changed a lot. While 20 years ago, logos and a little more flashy were supposed to be the collection. The last 7-8 years, we see a lot of trend changes into, everybody's talking about this quiet luxury. I would say it's a luxury with the basic colors, with a very small logo, because people still would like to show what is the brand they're wearing. Yeah. And this is getting into the mind. I think it's like a phases where you want to show, phases where you want to show less. I think one day we're going to get back. Like, it's like double-breasted, 2 buttons, 3 buttons, there are waves. Yeah. And for example, now we are living a moment where people want to wear suits, made-to-measure suits, and very comfortable, maybe deconstructed. The shoulder should not be as strong as constructed as before. But being able to go outside in an elegant way with super materials that because you touch, but people can tell, but they cannot tell if they don't touch. Yeah. And this, I think, is the key now to show yourself out, wearing exclusive garments, but not showing off. But this is what changed in the last 20 years, I would say, today.
So we can say maybe even would it be right to say that in this aspect, probably customer expectations are increasing and going up with the newer generation?
Customers today, they also want to hear a story. Yeah. It's not just about it is, of course, the main driver is the collection, but they want to know the story about your brand. Yeah. They love, and we experienced this in the last, I would say, 6-7 years, because we show the beauty of Italy. Yeah. Our campaign was shot throughout Italy, like this timeless journey around secret places of Italy, and with Explorer. So I think with our communication through the world, through what we're doing about the natural environment, lots of younger people have been approaching us because they got the message. Yeah. So there should be a message, an experience, and the product. If you can combine these things, I think today you can be successful. Yeah. Of course, it took us also 50 years to be where we are. Yeah. So to start today a brand and entering in the mind of these people, which are very demanding, is not easy. Yeah. It's a difficult path.
Yeah. I really love what you just said, because I see, when I'm advising brands in all different categories, typically sometimes I have to convince the leadership team about the importance of the storytelling. And I love that, for Stefano Ricci, this is already something that you have for many years deeply ingrained. And I also believe that this is something that is getting more and more important in our world, that is more and more connected, maybe also more digital. And because it's more digital, I think we crave for really knowing, what is real and what is not real, and what is authentic and what is not authentic. So I think also authenticity is super important for a brand.
You know, for us, we put our face on the front row. So either me and my brother, we'll meet people, we go on site when we do the shooting.
Yeah,
we are in places. I'm in production. We are visiting the stores. We meet with clients.
Yeah,
we show that this is not just a brand and name invented. It's just a family brand with the family that continues to commit. That we have a team that has been with us. Some of the guys you see they are today 50, but they've been with us already 30 years.
Yeah.
So they enter in the sales team, or they enter in the marketing team. But like wherever you look around, people like been many years. So the commitment of the family and the commitment on the field is the commitment of the team is real.
Yeah.
You can really feel it.
Yeah. No, and I can also even say, you know, in this last 3 days when I met your team, they're all like, it feels like family, and also it feels very welcoming to be among all of you. So thank you also for.
So you know, beside that, I would say that we are a normal family. We like normal things. You know, the weekends in the countryside. We like good food. We like to sit at the table with the family and friends. We like a nice glass of wine. We like to spend time walking in the countryside. So there is no superstars. There is no, let's say, prima donna that must have all the glory around it. It's like a family and a team that like to do what they do. We like to spend time with our clients, friends, have great exchange of ideas, and try always to come up with new ideas, trying to be exciting for whoever reads about us.
Yeah. Then coming a bit to the end of our podcast today, is there anything you want to also share still that I didn't ask about the brand? Maybe something that we have not touched on about maybe the customer experience or so. So anything that you feel is important?
We've been challenged by our clients to always do something new and different. And for the last 10 years, we entered the world of interiors.
Yeah.
And recently, we've done a beautiful apartment in Florence. We've done a beautiful suite at the Principe di Piemonte Hotel in Viareggio. We are about to unveil another beautiful suite in Tuscany again. We are about to make another big project in Middle East. I'm still under NDA, so I cannot communicate yet.
Yeah.
But we are really entering the world of interiors, real estate, creating project for our clients, because as I say, they always give us the chance to provide them with something unique, and being able today to have one of their homes designed by us with our furniture, with our accessories, I think it's really, really unique. We've done few, they were very successful. So we have now a number of requests by our clients, and one after the other, we are entering into this world.
Oh, wonderful. So it means also that the brand is, and you said this in the beginning, that it started with ties and then basically gradually went to more things in the body. So now it becomes really like, in a sense, a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. We produce, we do have our wine since over 10 years, our champagne. And, you know, then we enter the jewelry business and we do it in-house.
Yeah.
Our watches that we've been producing for the last 2 years, which was very successful, super high-end. So, you know, I think there is a world of opportunities for us because our clientele, they like to give us the chance.
Yeah.
Because they believe in what we do, how committed we are, and they're always ready to hear and to have something new from us.
Yeah, wonderful. So my very last question is, where do you see in next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, maybe the kind of the future of luxury, the future of lifestyle, the future of fashion going? When you see, like, you know, we have new technologies coming, everyone now speaks about artificial intelligence and so on. So where do you see kind of the industry heading in the future?
So, of course, technology today is giving you some really serious advantages. I would say AI, in a matter of like special marketing, trying to help us to propose through pictures with our CRM, trying to get to the client and providing looking at his history, what is willing to buy next. At the moment, every manager knows, so we do more manually because we handpick our selection, we send pictures to them. AI, I'm sure, will help us to better improve. AI is also can help you to predict the buying. So also make forecasts for the fabrics you will need. So of course, it's very important to always be aware of time and not close within your world and not be open to understand what there is. Some things I've been approached, but it could work if you have over 500 stores. And the numbers should be much bigger. Still, we have 80 stores. The company, it's a mid-sized company, and we are looking at it. For sure, they're gonna help us to improve. But what I'm the most concerned today, and where we are focusing this year, and I'm sure next year, it's acquiring minorities or majorities of our supply chain, because I think in the future there's going to be a lack. As we say before, when we talk about sustainability, is to keep on continuing the heritage of the workforce and the craftsmanship that we have. So priority it is to secure the supply chain, have it within your world, and be sure that these people are going to be loyal to you and can help you to deliver to the market those amazing products that they are able to do.
Yeah, wonderful. Super. Then, Niccolò, thank you so much for that interview.
Thank you. Great to spend this time with you.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.